Can Tom Brady replace Michael Jordan as the greatest player in American team sports?
Hell no. Absolutely not. Last time I checked, he's lost 3 Super Bowls. Number 2, he can throw the football, and there's no question about it. He's elite and he's a champion. But there's no other elements to his game as a quarterback other than his mind and his arm strength that would have you looking at him from an athletic perspective. Jordan is just as much of a winner as he is, if not more so, because in championship rounds, Jordan was perfect, not just 6-0, not just somebody who refused to allow one series to get to a 7th game, but also he was finals MVP each and every single time. No way on earth can Tom Brady catch that, in my estimation. Not with 2 losses to the New York Giants. No.
Jalen, what do you think?
I agree with Stephen A. Greeny, and I'm going to go deeper in the box score. I know all rings aren't created equal. They both have 6. Tom Brady was Super Bowl MVP 4 of those times. MJ was the Finals MVP each time. In 2007, Brady won League MVP, the Super Bowl, and also Super Bowl MVP. That's the only time he has done that. Michael Jordan did that 4 separate times. And the other 2 times he won the championship that he didn't win MVP, he was really upset that Charles Barkley and Karl Malone did, so he beat them in the championship and won Finals MVPs those seasons as well.
I'd like to make the argument on the other side if I can, just to make it interesting. Tom Brady was the MVP of the league and won the Super Bowl when he was 40 years old. And I think if we're going to make the argument that he can't impact both sides of the ball, then we're basically discounting football players from the discussion, which doesn't seem reasonable. The quarterback, Stephen A., is disproportionately important in that sport. Brady was far and away the best player on all of the teams that he was on that won championships over the span of 20 years. Players came and went, and he was the one constant. I think, Steve, we may be selling him a little short here.
Couple of things. Number one, if I recall one of those years, it was Atlanta who gave up a 25-point deficit, and I was just speaking to my man Ludacris on First Take the other day. He and the ATL still haven't recovered from that. The other, you got the Rams. We know how horrid of an offensive game that particular Super Bowl was. I believe the final score was 13-3. And last but not least, Mike Greenberg, my brother, Greeny, who I love dearly. You have no credibility in this argument whatsoever because you are a Jets fan and you have been so religiously victimized by Tom Brady that it is entirely reasonable that your thought process can be absolutely skewed because you don't know where the hell you're coming from at this particular moment because you are a suffering Jets fan. They have subjected you to the level of misery unseen by most people outside of Cowboy fans who actually deserve it. And as a result of that, you know what? You kind of warped in your thinking a little bit. Anything. I mean, if Tom Brady passed gas, it probably smelled like perfume to a Jets fan. That's how bad things are when it comes to Tom Brady. So I'm disqualifying your position.
I appreciate you getting on Greeny and talking about his football team and not bringing up my Detroit Lions. I appreciate you getting nicer with your old age.
But
I got to say one thing to you, Greeny, because you dismissed my argument, Greeny.
Which was?
You told me at 40 that he won league MVP, the championship,
right,
and Super Bowl MVP.
Yeah.
That's the only time he was the best player in the regular season and won the championship. That happened once. Michael Jordan did that 4 times.
Yes.
4 separate times.
No one is diminishing the greatness of Jordan. What I'm asking is whether or not Brady can do something that would approach it. Now, Jalen Rose, let me ask you a question. Let me ask you a question. Is it a greater accomplishment to make it to the finals 9 times or 6 times?
6 times if you win it each time.
Oh, I'm going to argue with that, and Stephen A., I'm going to argue with you as well. The only reason you don't make it to 9 championship rounds is because you lost along the way. Anytime people tell me that you're better off not making it to the championship game and then losing, I'm arguing you're telling me it's better to lose playoff games than it is to make it to the championship in the first place. I've never liked that argument. I think that if you make it to the Super Bowl, Steve, that's an accomplishment.
Well, that is an accomplishment, but last time I checked, Brady doesn't play on defense. Brady doesn't play special teams. He plays on one component of a football team, the offensive side of the ball, and that's pretty much it. A basketball player like Michael Jordan plays on both ends of the floor, offense and defense. And let's remember that this dude was all NBA defensively. I don't know what the number was, either 7 or 9 times if I remember correctly. I don't remember at this particular moment in time, but it was like that. Brady throws the football. He runs your offense. He deserves profound credit for that. But there are other elements to the game of football he has absolutely nothing to do with. You can't say the same for Michael Jordan on the basketball court.
And hold on, Greeny, and I'm giving you the point. Even if Tampa Bay wins the Super Bowl, it won't be because Brady's the best player in the league that also won the Super Bowl that year.
But wait.
He won't be the best quarterback in the NFL this season.
We don't know that yet. Maybe he will be, maybe he won't be.
Michael Jordan, when he won the championship,
yeah,
each time he was the best player in the league and won the championship and won Finals MVP.
But let me make an argument against, I think I can turn what you guys are saying directly around here. So the things that Tom Brady can't control completely cost him one Super Bowl. They lost a Super Bowl to the Eagles in which Tom Brady threw for over 500 yards. His team never punted, and they didn't win, Stephen A. So that you can't blame that loss on Tom Brady.
I'm certainly not doing so, but what about the other two, to a Giants team that was inferior to the New England Patriots in the regular season, not to mention the fact that one Super Bowl Tom Brady lost. They had the #1 offense. He had thrown for 50 touchdowns. I think Randy Moss had caught 23 touchdowns. He had Randy Moss as the dude to throw it to, and they got held to 17 points. What about that Super Bowl? What about the other Super Bowl when, Eli connected with Mario Manningham, for crying out loud? They got held to 17 points and 14 points, respectively, if I remember correctly, in Super Bowls, and this is with a high-powered offense. So if you're going to sit up there and give Tom Brady a mulligan for the Super Bowl loss, to the Philadelphia Eagles, how about the 2 losses to the New York Giants, who, by the way, outside of that last Super Bowl win, they've missed the playoffs 7 of the last 8 years. What about that, Greeny? You want to bring that up too?
Thank you for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.